Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to my channel and another super nerdy freak out speculation video. If you remember, on Monday I actually uploaded a video all about a leak that happened on EA Brazil in a Sparked article where basically we received an image of a new game pack icon that is not yet in the game. We know that we're getting a game pack. We know that it was on the 6-month roadmap that we received a couple of months ago now. There has been speculation videos here, there, or everywhere. Some people are saying it is like a mountain snowy resort. Other people are saying it's werewolves. Other people are saying it's a space and futuristic theme. I personally think it could be Star Wars, and I basically spoke about why I thought it could be Star Wars, and also tons of other people had the same idea as me. We were comparing it to Batuu, aka the Disneyland Star Wars land, Galaxy's Edge basically, which is a theme park in both Disneyland Anaheim and Disney World Orlando. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about in this video really was the two sort of different directions that you guys personally brought up to me, and the two ways that I could see this pack going if it is based on Batuu. So the first one is obviously, to me, it's the most obvious, which is it's just straight like Star Wars based. It's based in the universe of Batuu, wherever Batuu may be. I mean, I'm not that much of a Star Wars fan that I know all of these things. That's the world, that's what you play on. It's set within the Star Wars universe, and everything that you see is just part of the Star Wars universe. The second one, which is like mind-blowing, because this didn't even kind of crossed my mind when I thought that this could be a Star Wars pack, and it's theme parks in The Sims 4. Because when we got the roadmap that basically said that we were getting a game pack, they actually said it was something that the team had never done before. They didn't actually say that. They said it's a first for the team. And I would say theme parks are also a first for the team. We did get a world on the Sims 3 store, which was, what was it called? The vintage one. Oh, Roaring Heights, because it reminds me of the Roaring Twenties. So yeah, we got Roaring Heights, which had like a little roller coaster that you could have your Sims go on. We obviously also had a roller coaster in Making Magic, which I used to love that mini roller coaster. It was so much fun. I would sit for hours and watch my Sims go around on that thing. But we've never had like a full-on theme park pack where like you can create your own roller coasters and you can like build your own theme park. However, having said all of that, I personally still can see the team going for more like dedicated Star Wars than, hey, this is a Disney pack, but also based on Star Wars, but also theme parks, especially for a game pack. I feel like theme parks are quite big and expansive in of themselves, and I think if we were going to get a theme park pack, I think it would be an expansion, just because of like how many different assets you would need for that to work, the time, the engineering that would go into that, because we don't really have anything in The Sims 4 currently that sort of suggests theme parks. Like, they don't really have anything to mold and shape into that. So personally, for those reasons, I can't see it being a theme park pack. And I also secretly hope it's not. Well, not so secretly, because I'm telling you guys now. But I don't really want it to be a theme park pack, because I think that would personally get way more backlash than just like Star Wars in of itself in a game pack. Because if they introduced theme parks and it was only like Batuu themed, it was solely tied to Galaxy's Edge at Disney World or Disneyland, people are gonna be pissed. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. The community would, and I don't speak on behalf of the community very often, but like, I'm gonna throw a wild card out there and say people would be mad if we finally got the opportunity to make theme parks and you could only, like, the one theme park that you could make was Star Wars themed, absolutely not. I swear there would be riots in the Sims community streets. Windenburg would not be so peaceful if we got that. Like, I am just imagining the backlash to that, and I never want to experience backlash like that in my life. Like, imagine finally being able to say, like, oh my god, we got a pack that's based on theme parks. Like, I can't wait to let my creativity go free, because theme parks are so cool because there's so many, like, different themed items, and, like, you can really, like, build whatever your imagination desires. Whereas if it was just tied to Batuu and Star Wars Galaxy, you'd be like, oh, cool. There goes all my creativity, because everyone else's theme parks are probably gonna look the same. So with me thinking that this isn't gonna be a theme park pack, I'm assuming if it is Star Wars, that it's just gonna be, like, straight in the Star Wars universe. We're gonna get, like, a new world, which is called Batuu, and we have, like, neighborhoods that we can live in. I don't know how it's gonna work, but that's why I wanted to make this video, so that I could kind of, like, go through what I know about Galaxy's Edge and kind of take inspiration from that and what I would personally love to see if we are getting a Star Wars game pack. So just to give you a little bit of backstory, in case you've never heard of Galaxy's Edge, you've never been interested in it, but you're still watching this video and have made it to this point, thank you, first of all, that means a lot. Like, you guys, some of you got really excited that I was, like, nerding out, so maybe I need to nerd out more often. Maybe I just need to stop giving a fuck what people think about me and just, like, absolutely talk my talk and wear my nerdy badge proudly. So, to give you a little bit of history, Batuu is basically, like I have said, it's the theme park in Disney World and Disneyland, and the story is that there are two separate camps. So you have the Resistance, which is basically like Rey and Chewbacca and R2-D2. They're the good guys, the Resistance. And then you have the bad guys, which is the First Order, which is obviously Kylo Ren and the Stormtroopers. If all of this is absolute gibberish to you, maybe go watch, like, one Star Wars film. If you're gonna watch any, I would suggest Empire Strikes Back. That's just my personal opinion. I'm sorry if you don't agree. And basically, the Resistance are trying to take down the First Order, and they have separate areas in Batuu. The actors are all super into it. It's not like regular Disney where they kind of just, like, pose for pictures and stuff. Like, it's all interactive. So the person who plays Rey, the person who plays Kylo Ren, they all walk around. It's like a hunt for finding each other, and they try and, like, dodge each other so that they don't get caught, and they interact with the people in the park the exact same way. So very interactive experience. There's a whole load to do. You can go build a lightsaber. You can go build your own droid. Like I said, there are 2 rides. But I think if the Sims team are stepping away from the theme park idea and are gonna just focus on, like, Batuu as its own experience and, like, a world and you living on there, I don't think we'll obviously have the rides. But there's Rise of the Resistance, and there is also the Millennium Falcon one, which I think is called Smuggler's Run. And then there's also, like, a shopping district and loads of areas that you can eat and drink. There's, like, blue and green milk. I think green looks more yellow to me, but it's blue and green, I think. With that being said, obviously, if you can make lightsabers, that makes me think that there's gonna be Jedis. And I'm fairly sure it was Dr. Gluon who replied to me over on Twitter and was like, imagine if Jedis were, like, a new career. So, like, maybe it's gonna work the same way as in, like, vampires and Realm of Magic, where you can kind of choose your branch. Like, you can choose whether you wanna join the Resistance, the good guys with Rey, or if you want to join the bad guys with Kylo Ren, and then, like, your decisions kind of affect with which branch you go off into. And obviously, like, both of them are Jedis, so, like, you can... There's these things called Kyber crystals, which are a massive thing. They're basically a merchandising thing that Disneyland do. And there's all different colors. There's, like, purple, red, there's special, like, black ones, green, blue. Basically all of the lightsaber colors, they have these Kyber crystals that you actually put into your lightsaber to change the color of the blade. And I'm imagining, like, you can go find, like, your own Kyber crystals. Also, with the storyline of building your own lightsaber, they actually have Savi's workshop, which is basically an underground cellar of lightsabers. Like, no one's really meant to know about it. Even in the park, you have to like ask around to find out where the Savi's workshop is, and it's all scrap metal. That's what they sell it as, so that's like the currency of lightsabers. So it's all very underground, and you have to like search for the scrap metal that you want. So I'm imagining that in The Sims 4, like looking for crystals or metals, I mean, that's already pretty much in the game, so it probably would just be like a reskinned version of finding those things and like creating your own lightsaber if you choose like which career you want to go into. I think it could be really cool, personally. However, in the last video, I stated that I would personally want to see it be like Strangerville. And there's a reason for that. A lot of people were like, Molly, why do you want it to be like Strangerville? Didn't you play Strangerville once and then like never touch it again? Which is true. Strangerville could have definitely been done better. I think if Strangerville had the option to turn off like the funky looking infested Sims as you load into it, I think I would use Strangerville way more than I do. It's the fact that you have to play through the story to get rid of those strange looking Sims. I wish that that was just in the option. You could just turn it off, because I really like Strangerville as a world. But I actually said that in regards to this suspected Star Wars pack, because I feel personally, and this is like basing off the comments that I've seen on Twitter in response to my last video, this is a very divisive theme. Not everyone has watched Star Wars, not everyone is into Star Wars, not everyone who plays The Sims. I actually expect like a small percentage of Simmers to also like fan over Star Wars. So I think if it's a standalone story and sort of a pack that doesn't really mix well with other things, I would prefer it to be like Strangerville, so that the people who do have an interest in Star Wars, who are fans of this genre already, can purchase that and have a really detailed experience. And it doesn't even have to be like a storyline, but I think it should be within itself, and I think it will be, because I don't think it's gonna affect a lot of the other game. Like, you aren't gonna see like Sims, you aren't gonna see Mortimer Goth walk down the street wielding the lightsaber. At least I hope not. And that's another concern that I have if it is Star Wars. I really hope that they keep like the fashions and stuff tied to that world. We saw it in Realm of Magic, where like human Sims were going into the magic realm, and you were like, wait, this just breaks immersion like so quickly, because I've played these Sims for the last 6 years and none of them have been magic, and yet all of a sudden they can enter this magic realm. So I would hope that the Sims team have somehow like trapped this world off to be its own thing, and that like you aren't gonna see townies walking around wearing Star Wars costumes. And they currently don't. I don't feel like they do. I feel like the only time we see the Star Wars costumes that we already currently have in game is when our Sims go to GeekCon, and that's when they all like whip out their Darth Vader or Darth Maul or Princess Leia looks. Trust me, I have seen Mortimer Goth rocking the Princess Leia wig, and it's a sight that I don't want to see every single day. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. No thank you, Mortimer. Not for me. So that's why I do kind of hope it's its own storyline. I mean, that sucks for the people who do want Star Wars and like to have replayability in this pack, which I think is why it would be cool if it goes in the direction of Realm of Magic or Vampires, where you can choose different branches and it's maybe not as story-based as Strangerville, but you can kind of pick your own story and direction that it flows in, especially with like the two main camps. Like, that is the perfect opportunity to be like, right, player's choice. Do you want to be a good guy? Do you want to be a bad guy? Like, pick one and roll with it. And that obviously gives you multiple options, rather than Strangerville that was kind of just like a follow these steps and you will reach the end goal. So I think I kind of want it to be a mix, but I want it to be more closed off than what we have seen in The Sims 4 recently. I basically think what I'm trying to say is I want it to be in-depth and I want it to do Star Wars justice as a standalone pack for those people who are interested in Star Wars and its universe. And it's easy for people who don't have an interest in Star Wars to be like, okay, well, this is a game pack that I'm not going to purchase because this theme doesn't personally interest me. I've never watched a Star Wars film in my life. Like, why would I have an interest in this if I've never paid attention to Star Wars before? And I think if there isn't that clear distinction, like there kind of was with Strangerville, but not really. Whereas now I think we have the knowledge of what Strangerville was, and if they were to do another story-driven pack like that, we'd be able to like look into ourselves and be like, okay, this is something I want to spend my money on and purchase, or I don't want it. Like, I want that clear line that people can draw like in the sand and decide whether it's for them or not. Because if there's this kind of mix, I just don't think it will go down well. But personally, if it is Batu, and I know Batu, like I said, I have watched vlogs, I am fully obsessed with Ordinary Adventurers, so I will link them down below. It's a couple who actually just like go to Galaxy's Edge and explore it and do like behind the scenes and like first rides and the whole experience. There's also another couple that I watch, and I can't remember what they're called, but they basically like cosplay. Not cosplay because you're not allowed to cosplay at Disney, but I can't remember what you call it. Disney bound. They Disney bound as Star Wars characters, and they're really fun. So I will link both of their channels down below, because I know in the last video I said that I was fully obsessed with watching vlogs. And so I know how Batu looks, I know how Galaxy's Edge looks, and it has a really cool vibe about it. Like, it's kind of run down, it's sort of this like deserty world. Obviously it has 3 suns, which we discussed from the icon, and that's why a lot of people jumped to the conclusion that this was probably gonna be a Star Wars pack because of those 3 suns in the logo. And I do think like builders would find it really cool, but I think they'd find it really cool in the sense of that pack. I think if it's gonna be Batu themed, it's gonna be very like, this is for this pack only. You're not really gonna get a lot of use out of it in other worlds. However, when it comes to the fashion, if they look at like Disney bounders, I do think that the fashion could be quite cool, because I don't think everything's going to be super Star Warsy inspired. At least I hope not. I hope that there's kind of like a modern twist on it to be like, hey, like, yeah, this is set in the Star Wars universe, but look, like, we've taken inspiration from people who do this in real life, and we've sort of taken that modern look on things, because I do think a lot of the fashions can be really cool. And that's kind of what that other couple who I have totally forgotten the name of, because I haven't watched one of their videos in a while. They basically take Star Wars fashion and make it cool and modern, and it's sick. Like, this is a lot of my different interests coming into play. And so personally for me, if it is a Star Wars pack, I am genuinely looking forward to it. And I know it's not going to be for everyone, and some people might say like, oh, of course you're looking forward to it, you're an EA game changer. But no, I'm genuinely looking forward to it because like I'm thinking about all the things that could be included in a pack like this. And I'm, like I said in the last video, I probably am overhyping myself. And if it isn't a Star Wars pack, because obviously nothing's confirmed as of right now, I think they even removed it. I think they removed the icon from the original page that it was on. I got a tweet that was like, yeah, they've now cropped it down, which makes me think that it is like a legit leak. I've seen a lot of people say like, oh no, the icon's different, like it doesn't look like the other icons. But I think if they removed it, then it probably makes it seem like it's more legit. I am making this video probably way too late. I wish that this leak had come out months ago so that I could kind of get my thoughts and ideas and opinions out there, and they maybe might have made their way into the game pack if it is indeed Star Wars. So unfortunately, that's not the case. I just really want kyber crystals, and I want like lightsaber fights to actually mean something. I don't just want it to be a reskin of like the sword fights, or I guess we kind of have lightsabers in get famous. They're like a movie prop, the gay rainbow sword, and people can like fight with them, but like I said, the actors just kind of like giggle after they've done it. So I hope that we can lightsaber fight and it's not just like, oh, we fight and then our Sims go back to being friendly with one another and talk to each other like they usually do in The Sims 4 when there's drama. No tea, no shade, but I've seen it happen a lot. So yeah, I am looking forward to it if it is Star Wars, but let me know what you guys think. Like, if it is Star Wars, what do you hope for? What is the hope that you have if this is a Star Wars pack? And are you still like thinking that it's definitely not Star Wars, it's definitely a snowy world, or it's definitely a werewolf world, or just like a futuristic and space themed world? And if you are thinking that, let me know what you would like to see included in those, because I haven't even really entertained any of those ideas. I think purely because my little nerd heart is like, it's gotta be Star Wars, please. So yeah, if you want to see any of those, let me know what you would like in those kind of packs. Like, what do you think the strong points could be of a pack like that? And thank you all so much for tuning in and just letting me nerd out for a bit, because I thoroughly enjoy these speculation videos. I feel like I don't get to do them very often. So like having a leak and like also being like, ooh, what does this mean? Like, this is the first time, because we got the farming one, but the farming one was just like it was a really bad Photoshop of the last one that we got, I think Discover University. Like, you could clearly see that the target machine had just been photoshopped and edited. So I didn't even like entertain that leak. So it's been a while since I've talked about a leak. I think the last one that I probably talked about was Seasons, perhaps, and I got to do a video like this on. So I'm just thoroughly enjoying being able to speculate along with the community. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how you're feeling about all of these theories that are flying around, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye, guys!